Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. What if we have a high heat load on the evaporator? High heat. And lower load on a condenser. So what happens here is if you raise this temperature in here, guess what happens to the liquid? It boils off sooner. Which means what? More gas. More gas means greater sensible heat. So your superheat will go way up. Okay? So instead of 10 degrees superheat, it might be 40 degrees superheat. And that can happen because you got so much gas in there and it's continually absorbing this higher heat. So whenever you increase the load on your evaporator, your superheat goes up. Now, I told you before, you may have started a brand new unit in a very hot house. Or the house has been off for days because it's been broken and you turn it on. You may have high superheat. That doesn't mean the unit's not charged correctly. You have to wait a while for it to come down to adjust that charge. Okay? So anytime you have less refrigerant, higher heat load coming in here, it's going to boil off quicker. Now, we said this went down. Let's say they're trying to run it in 65-degree weather. Well, guess what it's going to do? It's going to pull even more heat out of here. And when it pulls more heat out of there, it's going to condense quicker. So you're going to have a greater amount of liquid here. Right? Colder air absorbed heat faster out of the hot gas, so it condensed quicker and became a liquid, a lot more liquid in the condenser. And when it did, the subcooling went way up. Okay? So you have high subcooling and high superheat. Now, as that goes up, guess what it's doing? You have less liquid going to the evaporator because more of it's in the condenser. So this becomes starved. And it becomes so starved that you have a higher superheat, but you have less refrigerant, less heat going in the evaporator, less pressure and temperature. So this starts to drop in pressure. When it does, it drops in temperature and it starts to freeze up. That's why at Thanksgiving, when you got all them relatives you don't like at your house driving you crazy, it may be very hot in the house, but it could be colder than this outside. It could be in the 40s or 50s, but you need to turn the air on because all the kids got the computers and video games on and they're cooking in the kitchen, they're watching the games. It's getting hot in there, so guess what starts happening? This could start freezing up. This could start freezing up. All right, so the code word for this video is encyclopedia.